Breathe. One into the two, two into the three, three into the four. Then you gotta one into the two, two into the three, three into the four. Then you gotta breathe, man. Breathe. This topic is already being discussed all throughout the internet, right? So when I add something, I'm adding my perspective. And everybody pretty much who's a content creator have added their perspective. More particularly black males, black male content creators that talk about things that happen in pop culture. They've pretty much given their perspective, but I'm gonna give my perspective, coming from a broke black male. Right now, I'm a broke black male, and if I was blessed to be a materially wealthy black male, I can see what's going on with the current rich slash wealthy black males, and I could say, okay, looking at what's happening to them, this is what I would do. But yeah, this is what I would do. So now everybody's talking about Shannon Sharpe, right? This is the latest wealthy black male that they have gone after. We've already seen what's happening with Diddy, what happened to Diddy. We've seen what happened with Jay-Z, Tiger Woods, all these rich black males. There's a common thread. When you get that into the 100 millionaire status in the hundreds of millions, they coming for you. They are coming for you. Who's they? They, in my opinion, are the ones that control the wealth. That's who's coming for you. Because why? And especially if you are a black male that they feel they can't control. Ye West, they coming for you. They are coming for your ass. So what should you do? This is coming from a broke black male in America giving his perspective. What I think, hi there, what I think you should do, what I would do. Once I reach a certain level of wealth, I would start to plan to get citizenships in non-extradition countries. Just get a job. Get the hell out of here, bastard. You just get a job. You just be over broke. F a job. This is how I feel about a job. F a job. You stay in that slave mindset. I'm not. I refuse to stay in a slave mindset. You stay in that. You be content with just having a job, just being broke. Let that be your reality. It is my reality right now, but that's not a reality that I'm going to accept. Okay? I'll do it to survive, but I don't accept that as reality. So you get a job. But on to what I was saying. I look like LeBron James. Why? Because I'm black? Well, I guess because you're white, I could say that you look like Donald Trump. Right? I mean, all non-white, all non-black people, to all white people and all non-black people, we all look like this individual. But it is what it is. So you look like Donald Trump. But what I was saying is this: get your stuff set up. This is what I would do, right? I would figure out a way to become citizens in other countries that do not have extradition laws with the United States. Don't have an extradition law policy with the United States of America. And I think Russell Simmons has done that. Russell Simmons has put himself in a situation to where he's seen the heat coming. He's seen it coming. And now Russell is all the way in Bali, chilling, doing yoga and meditation. So the thing is, man, they gonna come for you. If you become a wealthy black male, the powers that be, whatever you want to call it, the Illuminati, the snow bunnies, even, sad to say, the sisters, they coming for your ass. Why? Because in this rugged capitalistic system that we live in, that we are currently in, if you're in the United States, everybody is trying to come up. And if they see a potential angle or a potential way they can get at you, they're going to get at you, especially if you are a black male. They don't want us to they don't want me to get in a position of power, because certain black males that get in a position of power that have my mindset, they're going to try to change shit. They're not going to just go along with the status quo or the way things are, right? I'm looking at the example of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. I'm looking at the example of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I said, man, what would they have been able to accomplish if they had billions of dollars? They was trying to nation build. The most honorable Marcus Garvey was trying to nation build on the continent of Africa. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad was trying to nation build within the hills of America. And he was successful. But imagine if that black man had $1 billion, what he would have been able to accomplish. And that's the type of thing I'll be on, right? And I know that me being on that type of time, they're going to come for me. They're going to come for me, and they're going to try to get me and take me out of the paint. I know that. So, oh, buddy, I'm back. Yeah, buddy, why do you, Chris Figueroa, why do you want me to have a job so bad, buddy? I don't know. I don't understand. Get a job. What did he say? He say, Zierman, why you don't? You leave, then on, yeah, you are broke. Bet he had a job. Yeah, he had a job, man. The job was to raise the black nation. That was his job. That was his job, buddy. To raise the black nation. Reparations are due. Back. My morning caffeine fix. My morning caffeine fix. Hi, yo, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I'm here for it. So, huh? Yes. Okay. All right. They have the brown sugar, the raw sugar. Yeah. Okay. So they're gonna put the regular sugar in there because I requested it raw. Raw. Okay. 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 Yeah. 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 Get it jam. Get it jam. Regular. Hey, buddy. I don't know if he's still in in the room, the chat, but get why does white bastard keep saying say the same thing? Hey, guess what, Chris Figueroa? I got a job for you and your no, not for you, but for your mother and your sister and your grandmother. And you know what her job is? Massage these nuts. That's the job I got for your mother. Guess what? And your name is perfect for her because Figueroa is where I want to put her at. If you know about Figueroa, if you don't know, go ahead and Google that on YouTube. But that's where I want to put. That's where I want to put your mother and your sister. But as I was saying, if you are a wealthy black male, leave the United States because they're coming for you. Period. They do not want us to have wealth. They do not want us to have power. They want us. What the hell is this person doing? They fucking with that. Some weird shit going on in the back of that. Let me go check this shit out. What the hell is what this shit? What the hell is going on in the back of this car? Are they sleeping? What the fuck are they doing up in there? Damn, bro. That's the reality of America, bro. That's the reality of America. He's sleeping. He's sleeping in his Prius, bro. See, I've been there. I've been there, man. But that's the reality of this country, bro. You know what I'm saying? The reality of this country. My guy behind me is sleeping in his Prius in the front of Starbucks. It's a cold world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, at this point, you're just talking stupid because you must be new to this channel. And if you're new to this channel, Chris Bitch Figueroa, then you would see that every morning, like Groundhog Day, I'm heading to that just over broke. So that must mean that you're new and you're just trolling. And matter of fact, let me do this. How you get you out of there? I'm still learning how to do this. I'm gonna put you in timeout because you's a whole bitch. There you go. There you go. Now, you see that mindset? That mindset, he's a troll, but he is upset probably because I don't think like him. And I'm not going to think like him. Never am. Never have. And never will. You have two stoppers? Thank you. Get my morning caffeine fix, y'all. Get my morning caffeine fix. But yeah, like I was saying, man, what this video is about basically giving my thoughts on Shannon Sharpe. I don't think it's not right that it's this easy for you to come after a black male who has wealth based off of a relationship, a sexual relationship that you had. I don't think that that's right. I don't think that that's fair. But it seems to me, and I actually dealt with a woman that was in this type of relationship. She told me, she revealed to me that she was in a, I guess you call it, a dominatrix type of relationship. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, I was dealing with a woman, and oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Hey, we live, man. You get it how it is. You get it how it is. But I was dealing with a woman at one time, and she revealed to me that she was with I guess you call it a dom or dominatrix or something. It's a certain type of relationship where you look it up, but basically they do this stuff where they tie up and all this type of, they have this rough type of intimacy that basically turns them both on. And she was telling, both parties usually agree to it. So she was telling me, when we were we were together, we were intimate, how she, I don't want to get too explicit, but basically she told me that this guy introduced her to it. And after being introduced to it, she basically became turned out by it. But she was a willing participant. It wasn't forced. She enjoyed it. After she got to experience it, she now preferred this. And I guess she was trying to hint to me, now that she's been turned out by this form of intimacy, that she was kind of trying to hint to me that she wanted me to do it. And I'm like, I'm not really into all that. Like, I just don't feel comfortable, doing all that extra, like choking, all that. I don't feel right, because I get, I get nervous. Like, oh, I hope I'm not choking her too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you want from me, I can't give you that. I can give you some great intimacy, but I can't do all that dominatrix stuff. So it appears to me that this is the type of relationship that Shannon Sharpe was in with this younger woman, and it seems that she was okay with it. I mean, it seems like they role played. This is my perspective. It appeared that Shannon Sharpe was into dominatrix, and that the snow bunny that he met, the young snow bunny that he met at the gym, was into dominatrix. I've heard a perspective that because of the age gap, maybe at first this woman, because you got to think, Shannon Sharpe is in his 50s, This girl's in her 20s. Uh, Usually, girls in that, women in that age. Let me say not girls, but women in that age, they're not too keen on what happened in the NFL 20 or 30 years ago. And even in present times, they're really not into the, they don't know, even in the current NFL players, they don't know who's the top person. Usually they don't. They're usually into other stuff, you know what I mean? TikTok, all the other stuff that they're into, anime with all. So I think that the woman knew he was wealthy because of the gym they were at, but maybe she didn't understand who he really was and how much wealth he had and where he was going. And I think when she probably revealed to some people who she was dealing with, and they said, oh, this is this guy, and he has this, not only that, but he's about to get this $100 million contract. She was like, oh, now. And she probably, with the help and guidance of other individuals, said, hey, we can get him now. We can go after him with this dominatrix relationship that you both were having, that you both agreed to. But because these type of women are always looking, they're gold diggers. So they're always looking for a come up, right? They go to a certain type of gym where they know wealthy men work out at, right? And they go to certain, events and things like that where wealthy men are known to be. And their whole goal is to come up by any means necessary. Whether that's getting pregnant by one of these males or, recording their conversation so they can catch them up later. They're always thinking about that. And so I believe, yeah, that's basically what happened. That's basically what happened. Like, they appear to be in a dominatrix type of relationship, and she found a way to use it to her advantage, knowing how the system is stacked against the black male. She knows that. And she, using her white girl privilege, she said, hey, I can use this against this big black buck male, And that's why black males, man, when you reach, this is coming from your broke black male brother, heading to my JOB, my just over broke, living check to check, but this is coming from me. Do what the wealthy white males do. First, get your lawyer. Have your money for. Jay-Z said it in one of his lyrics. Have your money on retainer for your lawyer. You're gonna need a lawyer on standby. So set aside some money for that. What else? Make sure all your interactions is sad, but you have to basically record all your interactions, right? And you have to let this be known. So when you're dealing with for example, right, given this Shannon Sharpe situation, let's say Shannon Sharpe approached this woman at the gym and said, hey, I'm interested in you. They exchange numbers, they start talking, right? Now, the first conversation, he should have said, hey, I want you to know that all of our interactions are going to be recorded, are going to be videotaped or whatever, and all of our conversations are going to be recorded. And if you consent to that, you could sign this contract right here saying you consent to it. Bam. At that point, you protected yourself from any of these false accusations that's going to come. And when they do come, you got your lawyer on retainer, and all you got to do is hand all that information over to your lawyer and let that lawyer do their job. But aside from that, get your ass out of this country. Do what Russell Simmons is doing. Russell Simmons said, hey, I'm getting the hell out of here. Russell Simmons all the way in Bali. He's been in Bali doing yoga and meditation, and he's living good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what y'all got to do, man. You get wealthy, got to get the hell out of here, man, because they gonna come for you. They coming after you, and that's just it is what it is, man. Yara, yara, yara. Talking about. So with that being said, this is your brother. Oh, look what happened to Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy said it too. Soulja Boy just got hit with a $4 million loss. So man, it's a common thread, man. You get your wealth, you get your money. As a black male, they are coming for you. They, whether it's the Illuminati, whether it's the snow bunnies, whether it's the gold diggers, whether it's the women that you dealt with in the past, now that you got money, now they coming and they saying, oh, I need to come up. They coming for you. And it's unavoidable. So with that being said, I have arrived at my J-O-B. I will tap in later. Peace. And guess what, y'all? I want to leave y'all with this. You don't have to be great. You don't have to be great to get started. But to be great, no, let me say it again. You don't have to be great to be started, but you got to get started to be great. So with that being said, peace.